Hello friends, my name is Dane Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain, and we are your fuck buddies.
We're a dating and sex advice podcast where we take your sticky, sexy situations and turn them into sexy, sticky situations.
We are officially a ranked podcast.
Oh, hell yeah, we did it.
We did it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between and outside of those definitions. Thank you very much. Because we are officially in the top 200 of sexuality podcasts for listeners in Canada.
Yep, we are in the top 200 in Canada, which is
really cool.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start this off with a celebration and also a big thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It literally, it's not even one of those false, it couldn't have been possible without it. Literally could not have been possible.
Wouldn't be possible without you.
It's all you guys. So, first, thank you. But secondly, now we're getting greedy.
Yeah.
We tasted this chart. We've had
the first morsel of success.
Yeah, we want to get higher. So, if you haven't already rated us with 5 stars, please do.
Yeah, and also
or get a bud to do it.
Leave a review. Any of your friends that have an Apple phone, just take their phone from them and just
punch
pop
them
over to
right in the throat, and while they're choking, actually don't insult your friends, but do leave us a review if you want. That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We love you guys. Let's get up there.
I want to fight Dan Savage.
I'm gonna savage Dan Savage.
Yes.
I mean, now more savage.
I can't remember. Sex with Emily, I think, is the number 1 podcast.
You already, it's a joke because I'm sure you slept with someone named Emily.
I definitely have slept with an Emily.
Yeah. I was gonna say you already have, but that sounds like you've slept with her, and that just sounds rude, and that's not where we want to take this podcast when we're trying to go up the charts. So we're sorry, Emily.
Libel isn't where.
We're sorry, Emily, that I almost said something that sounded bad.
Shall we do it?
I think we should.
Okay. Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. We're going to go with a little something from the Am I the Asshole Reddit.
Ooh, okay.
Am I the Asshole for sleeping naked on top of the covers to teach my flatmate's girlfriend a lesson? By Billy Butt Pimples.
Okay.
Initial thoughts.
I mean, it depends on whose bed you're sleeping in. I think that is the...
All right. So they say, please bear with me, and they use the appropriate bear for the case. Whether or not they did it on purpose, we don't know. So I'm 21, live with a childhood best friend, 22, also a guy, have done for 2 years. Up until last week, things are perfect. However, he recently has a new girlfriend, 23-year-old lady, and she seems absolutely great except for one thing. She has a complete aversion to knocking. We have a lot in common. I like spending time with her. However, it bugs the hell out of me when she just barges into my room without knocking. Now, she hasn't walked in on me doing anything untoward. I'm usually just chilling on my bed or sitting on my desk. However, on at least 7 separate occasions now, she's done it first thing in the morning to ask if I want coffee. I sleep naked. Every time prior to the last one, I've been under the covers and she hasn't seen anything. I point out that she could have, and she just giggles and says, but I didn't. When she did over last week, in order to make my point, I intentionally slept on top of the covers. Sure enough, she barges in at 7 a.m., begins to ask if I want coffee, and sees my you-know-what. She immediately backs out of the room.
What did she see?
I'm not sure, honestly.
All right.
What could she have seen?
I guess we'll just leave that as a blank for now.
Yeah, God, I wish
we need more context, but...
How would we know?
I don't know.
Fucking idiot. Yeah, never mind. Forget the question. Backs out of the room, wouldn't talk to me. My mate later pulled me aside and said I was bang out of order, accused me of deliberately exposing myself, pointed out that I threatened to do it before. I literally just said, if I had no covers, you saw everything before. Then after framing this to others, I'm some sick creep who intentionally got naked and lay and waited for her because that's how I get my rocks off. I'm seeing how it came off that way. Am I the asshole for doing this?
I'm going to have to say a tentative yes.
Okay.
And I will say that because it doesn't sound like he's never full out said, hey, before you come into my room, do you mind knocking?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that should have been step 1, just being like, hey, I like you and everything, but my privacy is important to me. And before you come into my room, do you mind knocking?
Yeah.
And if she then said no, and then proceeded to continue to barge in, then it's like, well, you did what you could.
Yeah.
But to just immediately go to punishment, quote unquote, is you intentionally intended for her to see your dick.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's at no point in this they ever do they even mention asking her to stop.
Yeah.
They say you could have seen X or Y, which if you don't think not knocking isn't an issue, you're not going to frame it that way. You're going to frame it as like, oh, good thing I didn't, like,
Yeah, exactly.
LOL, not like this is why you should knock.
Yeah.
And also you kind of are like, it seems like really weird to say these kind of like vague things that now I guess seem like threats.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being like, hey, can we talk about this? And if she's weird about it, then you talk to the roommate. And after all those things, then I guess you flash her.
But it's also strange to like start with the pretense of being like, I really like her. She's really cool. She seems great. I really enjoy spending time with her. Couldn't possibly bear to like broach this subject.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like you're close.
It seems like this would be a very easy thing to be like, hey, I really appreciate you coming and asking me for coffee, but just give me a quick knock. Because, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I had someone over the night before, or maybe I'm naked, or doing anything. There's any number, or just like, I want my privacy. So, yeah, I think this guy is, unfortunately, I don't think he was an intentional asshole maneuver. I think the friend 100% has the right to be like, come on, man. Like, this was a deliberate
now
dick exposure.
The only thing is, it is still wrong to just barge into somebody's room. So
100%.
it's like if she'd burst in at any other time, like if he was just having a wank,
Yeah.
I think it would be 100% her fault in that case, because this time it is deliberate, you know?
That's my only reason of it being, of me saying he is. I will also say that she is also a kind of the asshole in this situation.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think you're both assholes.
Yeah, and I think it's the most innocent use of the word too. Like, I don't think either of them are maliciously.
Yeah,
you know
unless
what I mean?
this is an elaborate ruse for him to get his rocks off, and now the Reddit post is him covering up his tracks with his roommate.
True.
Maybe he's just
or maybe it's a double rock thing where now he's admitting that he did it, and he's like, "Yeah, I did it."
Oh, or maybe she was just goading him into doing it. Maybe they're both sex perverts. They're perfect for each other. This is a romance story.
Oh man, maybe that's what the boy or the friend is upset about. Is
Or
he's
maybe
like,
that's
he's like,
his
God
kink.
damn it,
This is beautiful. This is a Hallmark movie.
yeah. Maybe he's into voyeurism.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he wants.
She hates privacy. He likes to be in compromising positions, and the boy likes to just watch it happen.
Yeah,
Man,
he loves compromising positions and also hates privacy.
Yeah. Oh my God. No. The only thing I'm worried about is that he might have not specified that he already talked to them, because it would presumably go without saying. Because I'm assuming, like, it seems bizarre to me that you would jump from asking to just dick out, but at the same time, we've gone through so many questions. We know the sad truth that people are
people would rather
wild.
like do the least confrontational, and I use very exaggerated air quotes on least confrontational.
The one
here.
that takes the least effort, I guess, because it's like they're just lying there with their dick out, but arguably a lot more aggressive than maybe saying, hey. Again,
like we say it every fucking week, talk to people, communicate your issues with people before you move on to punishment or actionable sort of like deterrence.
Dick aggression.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Also, like, don't wield your nudity as a weapon or a punishment. Also, don't go into people's rooms.
Like, yeah, let's flip it on her now. It's like when you're a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a romantic partner staying at your partner's place, you are very limited in your, like, you are sort of got like a 5-foot tether to the person you're with. You don't really get the option to, like,
unless it's their room,
wander around the house and like open doors.
You definitely, like, I wouldn't go into my roommate's room.
Yeah.
Let alone my fucking significant other. And if they did, I would be very upset with them.
Yeah.
Because, like, I would fucking hate that. If somebody came into my room, I'd be like, what the fuck are you... I would lose it.
Yeah, especially because this is a new relationship as well. It's like, even if you get along... Like, it doesn't matter how well you get along with someone. It's still, like...
It's not cool.
It's an invasion of privacy. Yeah. And, like, you need to... Like, the friend definitely needs to sit her down and be like, hey...
Yeah.
I know you're really comfortable with me and my friend, and I know you're really comfortable here, but there are still boundaries, and his room is off limits.
Also, like, you can knock on the door and just yell through, like, hey, do you want coffee?
Yeah.
That's very easy. She wanted to see a butt.
I mean, maybe she's also just a straight up sex pervert.
She wants to see a butt. I don't know. I would never do that. Like, anyway, yeah. So everyone's an asshole.
Yeah, I feel like it's a failure on all three parts. Like, one, the girlfriend barging in.
Yeah.
2, the roommate just deciding that the first course of action is to expose himself, and 3, the friend
For
not
being oblivious of all this.
yeah, not sort of setting boundaries and being like, hey, maybe don't barge into my roommate's room when you're here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like before Amanda and I moved in together, when we were sort of like, you know, on the cusp and finally like very serious, and she gave me a key to her place, I had like an existential crisis every time I used that key.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she was home, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I would never fucking do it if she wasn't.
Yeah.
But like I was always worried that I'd go in and one of the roommates would be sitting up in like the
Be
living
like,
room
"Oh,
and
cool."
just be like, hi.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got along with them and I liked them.
True, but
you know what I mean?
it's their space, right?
But it's still like, I'm not supposed to be able to just walk in whenever, you know what I mean? At least if you saw Amanda come down the stairs, you know that she was coming to get someone.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Me.
Whenever I had someone's key, like I never used it because if they're there, they would let me in. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't be like, I'll just walk in, because I feel like that's really rude. You know what I mean? You don't want to like, because it's a very like it's almost like an act of ownership, just like opening the door. You know what I mean? Like, and we would communicate that, but like I don't want to make your roommate feel uncomfortable or vice versa. So like whenever those rules were whatever, like you had one, and it might just be for emergencies, it might just be for convenience, it might just be like if you're leaving before me, you can lock the fucking door on, you know. But we definitely wasn't like I'm lazy, I'm in my room, just let yourself in, because that's kind of like, hey, this is my place too. Which is not, you know?
It is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's wild to me. Like I've like had sort of like very casual, sometimes one night stands, or you know what I mean, like, and like they've gone into my fridge, or like it's just like, what do you do? I would never like just go into like I wouldn't even go into your fridge. You know what I mean? Like it's just a weird thing to do. Like that is. Like, I wouldn't just open up your fridge and start rummaging around. Like,
like I feel weird even just grabbing myself a water when I come over.
Yeah.
And I'm sweaty as fuck because I just cycled like 30 minutes uphill.
And yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like you need to understand the boundary. Like, everyone needed to learn boundaries in this situation. It's like, it's...
Did I ever tell you about, like, the date where, like, it was my first Tinder date, and she was like, I'll just come to your house. And I was like, no. Like, what? She was like, yeah, I'll just come to yours. And I just didn't really want that, because, like, I don't know who the fuck they were. I was like, I'll meet you at the bar down the road, whatever. And they're pretty cool, so we did eventually go back to mine. At one point, like, I was in the bathroom. I come out. She's not in the living room. I hear a noise from the kitchen, and she'd gone into my freezer, opened my pierogies, had poured them into one of my pots, which wasn't even mine, it was my roommate's pot, poured water in it, and just started cooking them. And while they were cooking, she started scrubbing my stove. I was like, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I figured, like, you know, like, because of my background, like, I know how to make pierogies properly. Like, I'd cook you up some. And I was like, but they're mine. And also, you didn't even know they were mine. I have a roommate. Could have been their pierogies.
Yeah.
And, like, also, I never said I was hungry. Also, why are you cleaning my stove?
That's
what
horrifying.
Are you doing? She also pulled a knife, not on me, but she later pulled a knife out of her bag. And I was like, is that in case I was creepy? Ha ha ha. And she was like, yep. And I was like, but you invited yourself to my place. Like,
if you think that the necessary precautions to inviting yourself to someone's house is to bring a knife, maybe don't do it.
And, like, I get it. Maybe you want to feel safe or whatever, but, like, at the same time,
if you want to feel safe,
maybe then meet in a public place. Like, I suggested.
Go to a stranger's house.
Yeah. Don't cook their pierogies. It was so bizarre, man.
That I don't know what I would do. It was like, I once had repair guys come in and just, like, straight up just open a bag of chips, and I'm like...
Your chips?
Yeah.
No.
Like, he literally just, like, went into my closet and, like, started eating the chip. And I was like, what are you doing?
That's a baller move. He owns your place now.
That's why I had to move.
That's the dog equivalent of just pissing.
Yeah, I was just like,
crunch.
Hey, man.
It's my house
like,
now.
those are mine. And he's like, oh.
What? He's
Like,
surprised?
what are you doing? Put them back.
Did he know you were there?
I think so. I'm almost positive he did.
It's so bad, man. People are fucked. I always, like, it's like a very Irish thing to offer, like, if somebody comes into your place, offer them a cup of tea. No matter what. So, like, if my landlord's in to, like, look at the alarm, or, like, repair guy's in to whatever, or, like, when the guy was setting up my internet, I always offer someone a cup of tea. And they always look at me like I'm a fucking crazy person. So I'm like, okay. It's not a thing you do over here.
Yeah, I mean, like, if someone's working hard, I'll offer them, like, a glass of water, or just be like, hey, Like, here are 2 cups.
Here's a packet of chips.
If you're thirsty, please help yourself. There's, cold water in the fridge. But, like, that's not an invitation to just, like, rummage my cupboards then decide that, yes, some sweet chili Doritos would, like, hit the spot right now.
That's horrible.
All right, let's do another question.
No, we're back on this chip thing. I'm never getting over that.
This is posted by Reddit user Wiggle Jiggleless.
I love that Pokemon.
Yeah, right? This is from a 20-year-old female saying that her 21-year-old female saying that her 20-year-old boyfriend would break up with her if she got breast augmentation surgery. So I have what is known as tuberous breasts, where during puberty the breast tissue doesn't develop like it should. The breasts develop droopy, and the areolas are large and not proportional to the size of my breast. My plastic surgeon has confirmed that that's what it is, and told me that if I wanted to correct it, surgery is the only option. The surgery would include releasing the constricted tissue, and then an implant would be placed above the muscle. I'm extremely insecure of my breasts, always have been, because I know they don't look normal. I just want to be confident with my body and feel sexy when I take my shirt off. I mentioned this procedure to my boyfriend, and he immediately shot it down. He says he doesn't want to be with a girl with, quote-unquote, fake boobs. He wouldn't even listen to me when I said how gross I feel, or how gross my breasts make me feel. I 100% plan on going through with the surgery. I told my doctor up front that I did not want large breasts, just full breasts, and he told me that was absolutely achievable. Boyfriend still does not agree. My appointment is in April. It's a, anniversary and 3 days before my 22nd birthday. Please tell me if I'm doing the right thing. Is there any way to explain to him how this makes me feel? Any advice is appreciated.
So, I guess, in my opinion, either he's being a dick or he's trying to be not a dick. And the trying to be not a dick is him probably, like, if he doesn't understand it, because I'm assuming he thinks your boobs are fine, right? So he's probably saying, like, oh, like, I don't want fake boobs, like, blah, blah, blah. And it's probably a roundabout way of saying yours are good, or, like, he likes them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to be like, hell yeah, fake boobs, sign me up, because in his mind that would make it feel shitty, you know what I mean? Like, oh, thank God, you're fixing them. Oh, great. Like, maybe that's where he's coming from. Maybe it's like, maybe, I don't know. Because the thing is, like,
I don't know. I feel like if that was, like, it would be, again, this is all filtered through the question asker and everything.
Yeah,
I feel like the tactic there would have been, or at least, like, it would be clear that, oh, my boyfriend thinks they're fine as they are, or is trying to convince me that I don't need to fix them, as opposed to being like, if you get fake boobs, I'm leaving you, which seems to be the ultimatum he's giving her.
Well, he did say, I don't want to date a girl with fake boobs, not I don't want to date you if you get them. And again, like, I don't want to be this, like, it's always like you have to, like, kind of interpret the questions because you weren't there for the conversation, right? Yeah. You don't really have context. We're getting what she said. I just, like, if we're looking at it optimistically, maybe he is trying to reassure her, and, like, maybe he doesn't know whether, like, it's like a trick question, or, like, if he answers a certain way, whether he'll hurt her more or whatever. Like, you have to be there. That's a possibility.
Yes.
If he's a dick, you just gotta do it anyway. Fuck him. Like, if it's what you want and need for your own kind of, like, self-happiness, like, then the relationship isn't worth it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think regardless of what scenario, whether he is or isn't, you know what I mean? Like, in both those scenarios, if this is what you want to do,
well, the good thing is she says she's going through it anyway.
Yeah.
I do think communication is a key here, because, like, the fact that she's coming on and asking and being like, what could I do, or blah, 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 makes it seem to me like they haven't had, because if you've had that conversation, like, fully, you've had it, right? Yeah. I don't really feel like,
I'm just worried because she does say he immediately shot it down. It might be like he just refuses to talk. Like, it might be, as much as one person wants to communicate, if someone doesn't want to participate in that conversation, she does say that, like, she wants to sort of, he might not understand what this means to her.
Yeah.
And I think a good way to do it is frame it in something that he would understand. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, imagine that you had a micro penis, and I had no problem with it. But it's like absolutely, just did damage to your self-esteem and your self-worth and everything. And
not that we're saying having a micro penis.
No, absolutely not.
Obviously.
But you know what I mean. But then someone said, "Oh, hey, by the way, we have something that can make you feel better." would you do it despite the fact that I'm saying like, I would never want someone with
Yeah.
a penis enlargement or whatever? It's like, would that alter your stance on something that will remedy something that makes you so unhappy?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you really gotta like try and get people to understand, because some people are really bad at being empathetic.
Yeah.
So you gotta try put yourself in their shoes and give them a scenario maybe they can relate to. And if you can't, whatever. You do need to have this conversation in not a passing sense. You know what I mean? Like, if he is immediately shutting it down, don't let him. Be like, look, no, this is important. Like, we really need to have this conversation right now. And if he's still being like, whatever, you really need to impress on him the importance. Like, I don't know if he's a massive asshole, a bit of an idiot, or just really clumsy with his words, because it's got to be one of the three, if not all of them.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he doesn't realize the severity either in that you're actually going to go through with it, or that you actually feel so badly about the situation. You know,
yeah, or even
like,
just like
I've seen people make dumb fucking compliments that they think are like,
are nice.
You know, like, oh, I don't want to date a girl with like fake boobs, like as in like your means you're great and your boobs are more than sufficient for me, but like not out of that head. To you, it's like, well, fuck me, I guess, right? Like maybe that's what he meant. I hope. I just optimistically really hope that's what he meant.
Yeah.
And if he refuses to date you, then fuck him. Get rid of him along with your insecurity, because
that's what, I was
like,
gonna add that. It's like if he just repeatedly will not have this conversation, then don't wait for the surgery and see what he does. You know what I mean? Don't be like, well, I'm gonna get it and maybe he'll stick around. It's like,
he doesn't deserve
he's
anything
not worth
further.
Sticking around. Yeah, it's like, get rid of him and then take a little solace in being like, hey, I'm crushing this insecurity. You know what I mean? And you're gonna go in with like, you've got this something that you've wanted a long time, hopefully a new perspective, hopefully some more self-confidence, and find someone that's going to respect you for your decisions and like you for who you are. And I say that, I know a lot of people would be like, well, if people liked her for who she was, she wouldn't have to get this augmentation. But it's like,
it's nothing to do with other people.
Exactly, that's my point. It's like, there are people who get plastic surgery and reconstructive surgery and augmentation and shit, and it's not to appeal to other people. It is to appeal to yourself and to improve your own self-image. And that's fine. If you're doing something, if you're getting plastic surgery in order to become more attractive to your boyfriend, I think that's when it becomes problematic. Or to look like a certain type of person that a certain type of person prefers. Wild, that's the problematic aspect of sexual or plastic surgery.
Yeah. If you're just like, if you really have such a bad insecurity and you feel like doing something like this will help, like I doubt it's a decision made lightly, then do it. And like, I think, you know, you can kind of start a fresh chapter in your life, and like maybe having a break around all this, because like surgeries are scary, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
No part of this is going to be easy, and that might be temptation to hold on to someone who's quote unquote there for you, but it doesn't sound like this fucker is. And also maybe it would be better without his bullshit, so you could just focus on yourself and be positive, because it doesn't sound like he is being positive. Because
now you're going to be filled with doubt and being like, well, what if it's not, what if it's worse?
And like, what if the first time he sees them he makes a fucking comment, and then where's your self-confidence going to be then? You know what I mean? So if he's not 100% cool and on board, get the fuck rid of him before you go through this, because I think you'll be happier and healthier doing it by yourself.
Don't wait for like we'll see how he feels.
No,
maybe he'll change his mind. Don't bother waiting for that, because
if his opinion of you depends on your new boobs, he's not worth shit.
Absolutely,
because your boobs aren't you at all.
It's the same situation when people have to get breast reduction surgery. Like I had a friend who I've known for years, like junior high, I met her, and it was always a thing where it's just like, oh, she has giant boobs, and obviously by the time she, hit her mid-20s, early 30s, or late 20s, like she was in like crippling pain. Like her back was so fucked.
A friend of mine she just posted up yesterday that she's getting that.
So she got them done, and her boyfriend, oh fuck, what did he say? It was something terrible, and literally she broke up with him on the spot.
Good.
But it was something along the lines of being like, why would, like, your boobs were the best part of you, or like something really, 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 really fucking stupid, or like why would I date someone with small, like like your boobs were the most, you know what I mean? Like it was something being like, oh, your boobs were what gave you value to me.
Can we capoeira back to that moment and just slap him?
I honestly feel like she dealt with it well enough.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
of
That,
course,
like,
of course.
There are 9 times out of, I'm sure there are plenty of times where we could go back and like people would have stuck around for that, but like nothing made me prouder than when she was just like, yeah, I'm not with him anymore. I was like, oh, you're the best. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that like this isn't like.
Some people are so tone deaf, or just assholes, or just idiots, or just like,
Yeah,
I just don't understand. But yeah, don't be those people.
it's weird that people like, and I say people, but like 9 times out of 10, it is dudes involving boobs who like that is what they like. They grow an attachment to breasts, or like maybe sometimes a butt, or you know what I mean, like a large feature, or like a
Boobs are great, but
yeah,
like
absolutely,
they're not like they're no excuse to be a fucking asshole.
yeah, and it's like they almost like once you start dating them, they like kind of put ownership over them, and it's all of a sudden like women need to clear with them depending on what they want to do with them.
What are you doing with my boobs?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you do? It's like, no, we have joint custody over those. It's like, no. Women are allowed to do whatever they want with their bodies.
Yeah. This one's kind of long. We'll go for it. Whatever. This is by Sam is a Yam. My boyfriend doesn't think I'm pretty.
Yeah, because he's a fucking sweet potato.
So, me, 20... She's a 20-year-old female. I've always been insecure about myself. Grew up bullied, grew up chubby, lost weight, and yeah. Never had a great sense of self-confidence. Started dating a boy, 23. We hit it off, I guess, kind of. He's not perfect, but neither am I. I accept him as he is. He's very blunt when he talks, so honest it hurts sometimes. We met online. He never saw my pictures or anything when we first started dating. When we finally did swap photos, I complimented him and I think he's really cute. Looks don't matter to me, but I just like him regardless. When I shared my photo, he said I looked okay. And yeah, I guess I shouldn't have expected much reaction. We meet in person, he's really nice about it, calls me sexy and stuff, and I like the affirmation he's attracted to me. We go home, in passing conversations, I realize that he doesn't think I'm pretty. Says I'm above average for the general population. Lovely compliment. But nothing particularly extraordinary. A 6.5 is what he told me.
Jesus.
Later on, we were watching K-drama, and I was admiring one of the contestants. She's known to be one of the most beautiful women in Korea, and he asks me, what would you do if you were pretty? And that comment made me feel so ugly. I immediately froze up. I thought. So my suspicions were confirmed. He didn't think I was pretty. Being so self-conscious and uncomfortable with myself already, it's hard to accept this. I don't know what to do. I know looks aren't everything, but if my own boyfriend doesn't think I'm pretty, what am I supposed to do? I can't change the way I look. This keeps coming up. This keeps me up at night. Anxious about this dumb problem. I don't know why it bothers me so much. Sorry, any advice would be helpful.
Hey, I got some real quick advice. And
Dump
it's him.
Yes.
Yeah, like this isn't a, like, what can I do to make myself pretty for my boyfriend? This
That's
is
not even a
get a boyfriend who isn't a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's not even a I'm not pretty. It's a he's just a dick.
Yeah, this sounds like he is wildly insecure in himself, and he thinks that the only way to maintain a relationship
Is to put other people down.
yeah, and is to like whittle your self-confidence down so that you think that the only person you could possibly be with is him. And this is 100% a common tactic. It's almost like gaslighting 101.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like is to immediately break someone's spirit and self-worth so that they feel obligated to be with you. It is 100% bullshit, and you need to get out of this relationship, because I promise you it's only going to get more abusive from here.
That's a really sad update.
What is it?
Basically, everyone was like, talk to him, tell him how you feel. And when she did, he was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just thought it was something you'd accepted.
Yes. This just
And she was like, we're going to work through it. I was like, no. So if you're listening, and we might have to message you after this.
Yeah.
That guy's a dick. Like, just get the fuck out of there. Like,
And
obviously...
I would say he's a step above it. Like,
Yeah,
this is,
no, like...
this is a sociopath.
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's not okay. No, like, saying that to another human is not okay.
I mean, like, even if I walk, it would be like walking past someone on the street that you didn't find attractive, pulling them aside and being like, hey, you're not pretty. And then just walking.
Yeah.
And that's
also,
harsh to do to someone you don't know.
Yeah.
To someone you're supposed to care about.
Yeah.
To say those
also,
shit.
I very much doubt he doesn't find you attractive. Also, you know, if he's dating you, I very much doubt he's dating you being like, that ugly bit. Like, he definitely finds you attractive. He's just being a dick. He knows your insecurities and he's preying on them.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, like, this is the, like, the doorbell to years of an abusive relationship.
Yeah, get the fuck
in which
out.
you will feel like he is your only option, and he will exploit you and abuse you, and it might not be physical, but it will be mental, and it will be emotional.
It's already fucking mental.
You know what I mean?
Emotional.
Like, yeah, like this is like I said, like it is textbook sociopath.
Yeah,
and
you
I want to say
deserve
narcissism.
so much better.
I'm sure that's a huge like.
Yeah, just
like every possible red flag here is coming up as the signs of an abuser.
He basically is a red flag factory.
Yeah,
get out.
Like it's in like the cartoons when you pull a gun and the little bang symbol comes out. That's coming out of his mouth, except it's just red flags. Yeah. It's just like every word he says is just like him just vomiting red flags.
Yeah. No one deserves that, and no, just get out.
And it doesn't matter how attractive you are.
No,
like
and also
from
like,
an objective scale, it does not matter, because I promise you will find someone who finds you attractive.
100%. And also isn't a shithead.
Yeah.
Like this person.
It's one of those things where people are like, well, like, what if he is true? What if he is telling the truth?
Yeah.
What if it is true? What if I am at best a 6? It's like, well cool.
The thing is, like,
I promise you, if you want to like live your life on that fucking bullshit scale, which we've already talked about.
Like, literally, you get 5 people in the room and you get 5 other people to walk into the room. Maybe people can agree on, like, I feel like on the general consensus of like celebrity to not celebrity, maybe, but like everybody scales fucking completely.
I mean, how many times have we been out on nights out and I've been like, look at her, and you've been like, what? And you vice versa, where you're just like, her, I'm like, how drunk are you right now?
And like, not even in a bad sense,
no,
like,
no,
but more just
but
like one of us being like, oh my god, that's the hottest girl, or like, and the other being like, yeah, she's good looking,
right. Yeah,
she's
like,
good looking, but like,
I guess.
you know, you never realize why that spark, like the one person being like, oh wow, and you're like, I see something, you know, she's good, but because everyone has different fucking tastes, and like on top of that, I'm sure we've mentioned this before, when you meet someone, when you talk to them, that's pretty much when the attractiveness really either peaks or declines, because the personality behind the face and the body and the everything is everything. You know, like I've met people who are like objectively beautiful that people will be like, oh damn, and honestly I don't find them attractive because they suck. And I've met people who maybe initially I didn't like double take, but now I'm like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, damn.
100%. Yeah, it's and if I feel like there might be a problem if you don't know what we're talking about when we say that. I think maybe you need to do some self-reflection, because if someone's personality doesn't skew how attractive they are, you might need to start putting a little more weight.
You might need to be not as shallow.
Yeah, like maybe do a little self-reflection and see why that is, because
unless everyone you've met is amazing,
in which case,
or terrible.
Yeah. What I was saying before was, again, if you want to like look at the world in this black and white scale of 1 to 10, whatever. I promise you, even if you're a 6, there are other 6s out there that aren't garbage. So you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? There are people in your range or attractiveness or whatever you want to like qualify this as, which is a bullshit metric anyway.
We can all agree that it isn't true, but even if it was, there's not just like you. Like, he's not the only person who's like.
Yeah, it's not like, 6s like, are all narcissistic sociopaths.
Yeah. If you are actually a 6, 1, there's millions of other 6s, and 2, there's millions of other male 6s, and they're probably not going to be shitheads like this guy.
Yeah.
So, 1, that scale is bullshit. Again, I don't think we can say it enough.
It's a garbage metric.
But 2, if someone's a dick like this, just get the fuck out, because you're so much better alone.
Yes.
And then you won't be alone, because you'll find somebody fucking better. It was depressing. I didn't want to read it out. But
being alone, I think it's important. Like, these are, I know it's not particularly funny to talk about, but
we're not going to shy away from that.
No, absolutely not. I've got a question. This comes from Reddit user RobDog1977. The question is, hello. And the other question is, what is considered boyfriend material? Is it something that I can learn? I've been told several times I'm not boyfriend material. Just curious what people think.
Well, it's what, 80% nylon, 20% cotton?
See, it's funny you say that, because I think it's just 100% denim.
100% leather. I feel like maybe reliability, kindness, I think those are two very important parts.
100%, yeah.
I feel like, if people are sleeping with you, yeah, maybe you're hot, or maybe you're attractive, or maybe you're charming.
There's any number of reasons why people would sleep with you. Like, it could be wealth. It could be the fact that, like,
it could be boredom.
You have a giant dick, yeah. Or maybe you're just, right place, right time.
Yeah, maybe you're just, like, lingering by the exit door and you see someone looking sad and alone.
Yeah.
Like, hey. But, like, to date someone, you really need to, like, commit. And to commit to someone, they need to be nice, reliable, kind, or they should be anyway.
Yeah. I think a certain level of maturity is also required. I would say probably the number one reason that people are saying that someone isn't boyfriend material is probably immaturity. And I mean, like, lack of responsibility or lack of commitment. Like, someone, if I looked at someone, if I was looking for, I'm going to switch around and say girlfriend because I am heterosexual, but if I was looking for a girlfriend and she was burning through jobs like every week because she couldn't keep a job and every reason, like, it was never her fault. You know what I mean? If it was always like, this person didn't like me, so I got fired. Oh, this person had it out for me. You know what I mean? It's like, if there was no sort of sense of accountability.
But that's also like a sense of just being unreliable. And like, because the thing is, like, with a relationship, it is constant. So you need to be yourself constant.
Yeah.
And whether that's in your personal relationships, the way you act, the way you, whatever, like, you need this kind of, like, level of reliability. Like, someone needs to be able to see a future with you, be it a month or, 10 years or whatever the fuck. Yeah. But, like, if you're exhausting or like, shitty or just, like, if you just don't gel or if you don't, seem like you take things seriously, then you're not going to take them seriously.
Yeah, right. Like you said, like, reliability. If you're the opposite, if you're inconsistent, if, like, some days you're super sweet and caring and nice, and then other days you're
like, hey, you're a 6. What would you do if you were pretty?
Yeah. It factors into all things. Like, if some days you're very focused on like let's take sex for example. If you're very focused on making sure they come first and yada yada, and some days you just sort of like
throw it in, and
hop on board, get your
jollies.
Yeah, get your jollies, and then be like, okay, I'm going to go now. It's like people aren't going to keep you around because for no reason. Like, it's I think reliability is I think you hit it on the head there.
Yeah.
And then there's like you said, there's kindness, there's empathy, there's communication skills, there's like all those things that kind of fall under that umbrella.
It might even be like, as you said, like if you like maturity, and that kind of feeds into a lot of things. It's like how you act with people, but also it could be like, do you have like, friends and like a job and like, are you going somewhere? Because sometimes if someone's just if you're going in different directions as well, you might be just fit to chill and be like, I'm only doing one course this year. I'm going to do another one course. Maybe I'll graduate in 8 years. Yeah. But they're like, I want to have my career up and running. Like, you guys probably aren't on the right track. You know what I mean? Etc. There's a million different things. Yeah. But like in general, I think just being like...
And again, we're talking very broad, general strokes here. Because
there is no magic combo.
Yeah, because I promise you that someone who's like living in their van and doing weird open mic gigs, paycheck to paycheck.
Whoa, what's weird about open mic gigs?
I mean, like weird open mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like if that's your lifestyle, I'm sure that there is someone out there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Who thinks that's the coolest fucking thing, and would love to join you on that adventure.
This is the thing. It's like a lot of places like, and I know this is why this probably might not be the nicest answer, or at least the most satisfying. Is like if you go to like, and this is why I hate a lot of like the shit on seduction, is that they give you like definites, like you got to be this, this, and this.
Yeah,
like, you don't at all. So we can't give you a 100% answer like this is boyfriend material, because everyone's different. As we just said, there is no like scale. There's no like, oh, you got to be a business guy in a suit.
Yeah, I mean,
don't.
That's the thing. It's like
some people hate that. Some people love that.
I don't think I could ever be with someone who worked a 9 to 5, who was working and saving for retirement. I don't think that's something that would mesh with my lifestyle or my personal preferences or my goals in life. Like it might be irresponsible, and this is probably taking me off someone's boyfriend material list, but it's like I'm not working to 65. You know what I mean? Like my future vision isn't 65, make sure I have X amount of dollars in the bank so that I can retire.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't appeal to me. Because for me, I'm like, that the majority of my life has been spent working towards a date that I don't even know
that
if I'm
you
going to
might
make.
not reach. And also when you do, you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We all know people who are 65 suck.
Yeah. I mean, once you hit
I'm
65,
joking.
you're fucking terrible.
Yeah. You're cool when you're 64. Like, those guys know how to party. Like, they're great.
From 61 to 64, you are...
When you're 65, though, it's like, fuck. That's when the smell starts to set.
Exactly. You pretty much, like, can only digest Werther's Originals and prunes.
Mhm.
Like,
But
those are the
then-
only thing you could eat.
Then when you're 70, woo.
Oh, shit. That's when you swing. That's the upswing.
Yeah,
There's, like, that weird curve. You peak at 61 and then just rock bottom out
Yeah.
at 65.
Like, lower than you were when you were an infant.
Yeah.
Then you're back up. 70, ooh, baby, party begins.
Yeah.
That's why...
Second puberty.
Yeah. Get that double beard.
Yeah.
It's an anal beard. I'm going next one?
Yeah.
Is it just me or are single people who wish they were in a relationship looked down upon? I've noticed this from personal experience. It's almost like being upset because you're single or can't find love is an invalid reason to be upset. Am I crazy? By Ben Reed 9.
I think if that is your singular focus and all you talk about, I think that is when people start looking down on you. And it's not because you're single and want a relationship. I think you could replace that with anything. If you were unemployed and looking for a job and the only thing you freaked out about was your unemployment status or like anything, you know what I mean? Like, if anything you deemed lacking in your life and that was the only thing you, like, had that, you know, laser vision, tunnel vision of, like, this is the only thing that's making me unhappy, I think everyone will be annoyed by that.
Well, I wish, and we don't have the time to go through the comments because they are actively attacking everybody who dares to say that you should be happy anyway. Like, actively, aggressively, like, no, fuck you. Have you not seen the pyramid of needs? It's a fucking need. I'm allowed to need it. So, like, next, it's like, maybe that's why you are single. Because, like, we've said before, it's like, you should be cool being single. Because, like, you can't, like, relationships aren't a thing you can just go out and buy. They're not a thing you can just go out and even find.
Yeah.
You know, with any regularity. Like, unless you want to set yourself up for failure. And the thing is, wanting a relationship without wanting a relationship with a person, like a specific person who you get on well with and likes you too, is itself an exercise in failure, because you'll meet someone the second it hits any of the bare qualifications or the time, or if they show interest. If you want a relationship so badly, you'll get into it, even if it's not a good one.
Yeah.
Because if you want a relationship, you just want a relationship. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is or how it is.
Want to not be single.
Exactly.
If that's your goal, that is a problematic goal.
And that's the thing. It's like, one, you should be happy when you're, like, single and blah, blah, blah. And, like, we should all be fulfilled with ourselves. And that's not to say you shouldn't want a relationship. But if you need one, and it's not with, like, oh my God, this person I've been seeing who's great, like, I actually want a relationship with them, that's cool. But if I'm like, I want a relationship, and I'm like, turn around to you, I'm like, hey, I got one. There's going to be that moment of, like, oh God, is it...
Yep.
Like, why? Is it just cause? And that's, I think, the simplest way I can put it, you know? And I think the fact that this person is so aggressively denying that doesn't do them any favors.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before, where relationships are a joint venture.
Yep.
And it's like, both people need to be in it together. Both people need to be on the same level. And it's also like, if you aren't entirely fulfilled with your life, if there's something that's missing and it's a relationship, you're at like an 80%, or whatever deficit you're at. Let's say you're at 80%.
You're down though.
That partner is now going to have to be giving 120
in
order to maintain this 100% status quo.
Yeah.
At which point, if they're constantly giving 20% more than they have, it's going to burn out real fucking quick, or it's going to get toxic, or whatever's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you have to be 100% all the time.
No.
Like, that's the nice thing about relationships, is that those meters fluctuate.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like,
that's
sometimes you're at a low,
good, right?
and someone can give you that extra boost, and vice versa. And, like, they kind of always level out. But if if you're the only one taking, then the person is the only one giving.
Yeah.
And eventually that's going to
Also,
be
if your
bad
standard
scene.
is like your baseline is at this minus because you need someone to come and shore up the gaps in your life, that's not good. If you have a fully functioning life and you have this like, and I'm not talking about like mental illness or anything like that, I'm talking about just base standard. If you need another person, that's not good.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, relationships need to be based on want and not need.
And of course, like if you look at that triangle of fucking things, yes, we all do need companionship and blah 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 blah. But like, you can be your friends and family and hookups and whatnot. Like it doesn't mean you're not a human if you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Yeah, I would say the most important, fulfillment of that need for the longest time of my life was friends.
But like, I think it also is because like
it's rare you break up with friends.
Exactly. And also you get to choose them unlike family.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a very healthy and strong relationship that is gonna hopefully bolster your life. And like if you're lacking all these things, like it shines through if you start being like, I hate that I'm single, because you then seem like you're trying to get somebody else to fill up the shit that you should fill.
Yeah.
I guess. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that if you're together, you can't be like lonely or like, oh man, like, Valentine's Day, everyone's out with their significant others or blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I wish. But it also doesn't mean that you should be like, I need it. I need it now.
This comes from Reddit user Upset Straight Girl. How do I clearly
I used to date her.
How do I clearly explain to my boyfriend that I'm straight and not interested in a FFM threesome? For those who don't know what that means, it's female, female, male.
No, it's not. It's female fridge magnet.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get stuck to a fridge.
My boyfriend and I have been dating for 1.5 years and recently revealed his FFM threesome fantasy to me, which I congratulated him for, but he looked at me straight in the eyes and told me he intends to bring another girl in the bedroom for a threesome. At this point I interrupted him and told him I'm straight and don't see women in that way. He laughed at me and then continued how we should create a Tinder, Bumble account and check out bars in the town for hunting a unicorn for us to and discuss the boundaries. Now obviously I love my boyfriend and I love to please him.
It's funny because it feels like they already discussed the boundaries.
I even gave him quote unquote backdoor access for his birthday, but a FFM threesome I can't. I don't want my face, hands or tongue near a vulva. I don't even want to touch a naked woman's body, or hell, even being in the same bed naked repulses me. No offense to lesbian and bi girls, I'm straight, and it hurts when my sexuality is ridiculed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You no one can compel you to be not what you're like. No. That'd be the same as like forcing someone into any sexual act. Just say no.
Yeah, it'd be like approaching a girl and being like, hey, I'm really into you. Do you want to go on a date? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, cool. But like, are we gonna go on this date? Okay, we're just gonna go on this.
Like,
I'm gonna
Wednesday
get us a table.
though.
Yeah, it's like no. If someone has a sexual preference, they have a sexual preference. It'd be like if Amanda,
even if you were into, like, let's say you're dating someone and you're a guy, so they're probably into guys. You're like, yeah, my friend Jeff's gonna fuck you. No.
Yeah.
No, but you're into guys. Even if she was into girls, it wouldn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to do something. Mm-hmm. You don't get to force people into doing things. The fact that this person is just like, it seems like they didn't even hear you say that.
Yeah, it's like they're living in like the porn reality.
Oh yeah, every girl's into girls.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh, just like, oh no, I've seen it. It's like you say you're not, and then one of you drops the like feather duster, or like someone can't buy the pizza, and then all of a sudden you guys are just going to town on each other. It's like I know this is how it works. It's like no.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. That is how it works. Sorry, what an idiot. No, this is so fucked. I can't even joke about it.
I know.
I'm sorry, but you need to talk to this boy or GTF out of this. Really, man, this is the dump people episode.
Yeah, this is the theme.
Dump everybody.
It's gonna be one of those situations where you're gonna have to sit them down again and be like, hey, look,
Real
just
talk.
so you know, a threesome is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. And if that's a deal breaker for you, then perhaps we should go our separate ways. And it sucks. Like, that's obviously not the ideal solution here.
But I think in a situation where this person is going to be like that, it is the ideal situation because there is no third option.
If his only response is,
yeah, but no.
Okay, but we'll keep looking.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we'll find the right girl for you.
No.
It's like, no. And I think once you have that, like, big talk and, like, a final sort of, like,
you really hammer it down.
Definitive, like, this is not happening ever. Yeah. I know you've already said it, but, like, it might be one of those things where it's like, where he thinks, oh, maybe she's got to warm up to the idea.
Yeah.
Or maybe next birthday I'll be like, oh, hey, you know, Susan from accounting is, you know.
Susan from accounting is never down.
You don't know that. Since that's what she wants you to think.
God damn.
Undercover freak.
That I believe. But yeah, no, just this guy's a dick.
Yeah, because I promise you, he's gonna be like, oh, hey, let's grab drinks on Friday, and you go on Friday, and then there's gonna be a girl there, and be like, oh, where did you come from? Oh, have you met my girlfriend?
Yeah. Have the talk. Like don't have the talk. Just be like straight up, laying it down. And if he's anything other than, oh, okay, sorry, I was mistaken.
Yeah.
Bounce.
Yeah, it's like
okay, a penny thrown against a trampoline, just bounce.
Or a quarter bounced off my snare drum tight ass. Yeah. Let's do one more.
Boyfriend wants to come on my boobs every time now by AOK 2019. And they deleted it, but I still know the most important part. Effectively, he had come on her breasts once, but now anytime they do anything, that's how he wants to end. And she's like okay with it the odd time, but doesn't want it to just be constant all the time because the cleanup and the fact that he likes to make a big messy scene out of it for quite a while. And also, I quote,
what are you talking about? Messy scene? Like he like plays in it?
Oh, he plays with it, yeah.
Okay.
He plays with it, spreads it around, rubs it in everywhere, and then won't let her clean it off for a while. And on top of that, apparently she's uncomfortable how large her areolas are, and he likes to point out that he's the syrup on her pancakes. Apparently. And she... yeah, that's the reason why I chose this question. Because...
I would love to know if this would be an issue if we just remove that last bit from the equation. Would that be...
It's still an issue. It just gets worse if that's in it.
I know, but I wonder if it would be tolerable. I wonder if she'd be like, this is okay. But I wonder if it's the pancake.
You mean for them, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just the straw that came on the camel's pancakes.
I don't know, like... I get it, man. Like... Coming on boobs.
It's weird. Why is it so fun?
I don't know.
I can't explain it.
I think it's... A lot of people don't like having their face covered.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. And I think it's like proximately close enough. But it's also like something... It's not common. Like it's... Like during sex, you'd have to sort of really reposition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But even then, it's like... Why do people love like coming on face, coming on boobs? It's just like a weird thing that like there are a lot of different things that play into it.
Yeah,
I don't think everybody has the same one of those though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like a control and dominance and fetish and
that's the thing. There's
like
so many things, but like so many people have it for different reasons. I don't know. Either way, it's fun. But
oh yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, just coming anywhere on someone is
that's true. His coming is great.
Yeah. What really weirds me out, and again, I'm not trying to kink shame or fetish shame anyone here, is the like...
He said fetish shamingly.
The semen finger painting he does after the fact. Because, like, the last thing I want to do after I've come is, like, get my hands all up in it.
Fair. I don't know. I'm not disgusted by my own cum.
I'm not either, but, like, I don't want to play with it.
What do you do with it?
Like, imagine you were with a squirter, and then they would just be like, just start splashing around in it. Be like,
just get their water gun out.
Yeah, or like you put their galoshes on and start stomping around.
The thing is, how do you make your semen figures if you don't play with it?
Yeah, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna take me on the ride.
You don't pull out your pocket sand and meld them and make little dinosaurs.
Just get the sawdust.
I don't know. That's the best I could do with that. I don't do that, guys. I promise. Why are we back on 600th? Yeah. Again, dump his no. I talk to him and be like, hey, one, I think that's a weird ass term, and I feel like you're drawing attention to something I'm self-conscious about, so don't fucking do that. Secondly, I don't want it to happen every time, because it's messy and I have to clean it up. I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Just lay it out. And again, if he can't respect your wishes, bye-bye.
Yeah. Or run away when he's about to come.
Oh, yeah.
Just be like, yeah, you ready? All right, cool. And then just push him and run.
Do the toilet trick where you put, like, cling film over the, or like saran wrap or whatever you guys fucking call it, over the board, and like it sprays their pee back on them, and he'll come and it'll just spray cum back on him, and then you play with him and you say, I'm syrup on your blueberries, because I'm sure he has small nipples.
Yeah. Is she a squirter? Because I feel like
yeah, revenge.
You could be like, all right, cool, you've done that now. Now I'm gonna come all over you.
Mm-hmm.
And
sorry.
And then just, cover him and be like, yeah.
Like, no, don't move.
Yeah. Oh, no. This is going everywhere.
Blindfold him, and if you can't squirt, get a jug of warm water, and he won't know.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Like, oh, God. He's like, shh. You're my water world.
I don't even really know. Like, there's so many individual parts that we need to address, and I feel like it's very specific to this gentleman. Like just be like, 1,
make him pancakes.
2,
let him play with them.
Oh my god, make him eat pancakes.
Yeah.
Like, be like, okay, cool, whip out some pancakes, clean yourself up with that pancake, and be like,
there's the syrup.
There you go.
Fucking pancakes.
There's your pancake.
Oh,
eat it.
Do what that girl was doing like episodes ago. Save all your condoms. Make him pancakes for breakfast one day. Give him syrup on his pancakes.
Yeah, and just squeeze out all the condoms.
Do a James McAvoy.
Oh God, there's.
Yeah, it's a bizarre one. I didn't even.
I would love to know if she's like. Does he know that she's self-conscious about her areola? Like, I don't know. Like,
But,
does he think, like, maybe he finds them really, really sexy? And this is, again, like, going back to, I think, our first question, where, like, he just doesn't know, or second question, he just, like, doesn't understand that this is inappropriate to say, or that you're self-conscious about it, or he thinks this is a compliment. I don't know. But it's definitely one of those things where you got to do that post-sex chat and be like, hey, I know you really enjoy this. It's not my favorite thing. We can do it every now and then, but like, wait for my go ahead.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, if we're feeling, if it's the right time, I will tell you. I will be like, hey,
and also,
I want you to cover my tits and cum,
and it'll be more fun for him because it'll be like a treat.
And also, it's like there is nothing hotter than when someone tells you to do something that you want to do.
Yeah,
and like unprovoked or unasked. You know what I mean? If someone is like, come all over my tit, like if someone said that to me, like I remember, I think it was actually one of my first Tinder dates. Mm-hmm. We were having sex, and she was like, come all over me. I didn't, because I was wearing a condom, but I was like,
hot as fuck. You probably finished right then.
That was
there.
it. I was like, well, whoop, there it is.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, I can't grant your request, but I will let you know that I
can
sufficiently
squeeze this plastic packet of cum all over you.
I have
somewhat less hot.
Granted it within this receptacle.
Are you a condom? Because if so, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just communication. It was too good to not mention.
Yeah, you 100% have to be like, hey, this is a once in a while treat for you, and maybe outline the fact that you're self-conscious about your nipples, because I feel like he probably doesn't know that.
Yeah, if you are self-conscious about something, especially if it's bothering you in a situation he's involved in and he doesn't know, I don't think it's very fair to not let it. Like, again, I get it if you don't want to bring it up, but like you're going to react certain ways to certain things, and if he doesn't know, but he's still being reacted upon as a result of that, like I don't think it's very fair to withhold that. Just let him know.
No one can know your hang-ups.
Like
there's no
he can't
way
read your fucking mind. I'm sure there's stuff he's self-conscious about, and maybe you'll say it to him. Maybe he'll feel, like he's able to say it to you. Maybe he has a pancake fetish that he never got a chance to explore, and now maybe he can.
That's the thing. It's like until you tell someone something, they don't know it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no way. If someone goes to town on my nipples, they don't know I fucking hate it until I say, "Hey, cool
Yeah.
with the nipples."
It's the worst.
And it's one of it's if you were self-conscious,
But if
about
you
your
were
feet
getting
and you
annoyed at them for doing it but never told them, that wouldn't be very fair.
yeah, no, that's 100% a shitty thing to do. So outline what you want, tell him you don't like things, and if he continues to do it, dump his ass.
Dump it.
All right, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Do I add this on?
You got a new thing for us?
I don't know. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Love Reddit?
No, I did. It was suggested to me today, though.
Yeah, I guess it's just me the other day. Maybe they're like, these guys are browsing a lot of really grim questions. They need love.
no. Like the things I get suggested now are like dead bedrooms, love.
I read a Dead Bedrooms one the other day. I don't think we can bring it into the podcast.
No,
It's too grim.
no, 100% not.
I'm sorry, guys.
I don't think I will. I will go there.
Yeah. I just really want to like read some of the stuff from the Love Reddit because it's so good. This probably isn't even as funny as I think it is. Love. Am I the only one who cuddles with one of my pillows, wishing it was my crush? By Nytheria Forever. When I take a nap or go to bed, I take one of my pillows and cuddle it tightly till I fall asleep. It's my alternative to cope with the loneliness of her not being the one I'm holding. Am I the only one? Are they?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, there's a million people replying to this, but my favorite is the one person called Banana Mammal who kept commenting on all the people. Like one person, no, not wishing it was my crush because I don't have one. However, I literally cannot sleep without hugging something. I always feel lonely as well, so it doesn't help. Banana Mammal comments, want me to come over? I like to give and receive hugs. And they're just prowling through this thing, commenting that on everything. That's true love for you
damn,
right there.
Banana Mammal.
Banana Mammal.
He's going for it.
There's also a bunch of quotes, and it's just some really weird shit on there. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again, guys.
Once again, we started it off. We don't usually do a lot of pandering at the top, but we're just really excited that it's going well.
We're somewhere.
And it, again, like Niall said, it's not bullshit when we say we couldn't have done it without you, because literally can't do it without you. And it's really awesome. A lot more people are reaching out to us. It's really, really cool. And I'm glad that we can help, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. If it's just entertainment for you, I'm glad we're doing it for you. If it's actually helping you, if you're passing off the advice and the information that we're giving, that's also really cool. We have a bunch of avenues that you can reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FCKBuddiesPodcast. You can reach out to us on Twitter at FCK_buddies. You can also send us an email if you want to, put a whole big long thing in there, or if you don't want it seen by the general public. It's at fbuddiespodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you, Josh Eagle and the Harvest Cities, for their song Paper Stars.
We also, we've had a guest. Our only guest on this podcast has been Kyle Crawford.
You might know him as that really funny, awesome guy we had on here, but we know him as one of our best friends.
He's
and
amazing.
An incredible chef.
I don't know. I can't remember if we ever talked about it, but yeah, Kyle
we did, because I think you had the horrendous like frozen spaghetti or whatever the fuck, old spaghetti, or
the
no,
crusty spaghetti.
Crusty, yeah. Kyle's like a stupidly good chef. Like I can't describe to you how tasty and how amazing his food is. And the best thing is he's all self-taught. He doesn't even work as a chef. He just cooks like just such good shit at home. But what's really cool is lately he's come into a lot of different opportunities. I don't know what ones I can talk about, but one of which is there's a thing coming up, and it's effectively, I forget what the actual event is called. Probably should have looked that up.
Let me double check.
But basically,
I do want to just quickly interject here. Kyle also does a bunch of charity work. And he also makes these like really amazing home cooked meals for people who either don't have the time or don't have the money. Mm-hmm. He deals a lot with, I don't know if Buns is a Toronto based thing.
I think it started and now is in a few other places. So if you're in Toronto, for sure, look him up on Buns. He makes food there, which is incredible. It's also notable. You might know him for, if you haven't from the podcast already, he made food for the homeless back in like December or November, and he fed like dozens and dozens of people.
He does all this like sort of charity and goodwill stuff, and he gives these like amazing home cooked meals that people normally wouldn't be able to afford
make, because his level of cooking is just stupid.
So they're essentially like he's selling or like giving these meals away, which are, I would equate to like 5-star fine dining restaurant quality meals to people who probably wouldn't have eaten without him.
Yeah,
which is an amazing experience. One, they're getting food that they desperately need, and two, they're getting something other than like canned soup and stuff like that, which they tend to like normally rely on. Mm-hmm. And it just brings a little bit more humanity back to those situations. To be able to eat good food, I think everyone can like appreciate like some of the best parts of our day, like our week or our day or whatever, is when we get to eat really good food.
Yeah,
and it has such a bearing on our mental health.
Some people don't get any food, let alone good food. He also like recently, like we could sing his praises all day because he's amazing, but like he was teaching school kids how to cook there, again for free, just kind of from the goodness of his own heart a while back. He's involved in some like Jewish organizations in the city, and charitable things through them and everything. But either way, at the moment, he is involved in this initiative where effectively he's trying to raise money for epilepsy in South Central Ontario. And on top of that, the added bonus to the money he's raising is if he hits certain targets, he's going to be able to cook with and learn with celebrity chefs at an upcoming like food event. Either way, we're both supporting him, and if you would like to too, which I think you should because it's incredible, we have a link to his thing. We're also going to post up on our Facebook. I think his eventual goal is $4,000.
$4,000 gets him. So, like, I think right now he's now invited to the event because I think he's just about at 1,000,
which is crazy.
He's over 1,000
in like
now.
A week. Yeah.
If he hits 4,000, he gets to participate and join the team and actually like
cook alongside like celebrity chefs, which would be like such.
These
a
are
great...
people. I think it's I can't remember his name, but these are like master chefs, hosts, and contestants. These are people who own restaurants, like all
and like
across
this
the
could
world.
be huge for him because he's already so good. He deserves to be recognized. Anyway, but yeah, so it's if you want to go find that link, it's tiny.cc/Kyle Chef. And yeah, it's a really great thing, both in general because it's giving to charity, because it's supporting somebody who is an amazing person, and because it's helping to cultivate somebody who has amazing talent that deserves a spotlight, I think. And also he's been on the podcast again, just out of the goodness of his own heart, and we love him as a person, and I'm sure you guys love listening to his episodes. Hopefully we'll have him on soon. Yeah,
it's one of those things where you just like, there's no way you can feel bad about this. Like it's literally going to do your heart so much good because you're helping Kyle, who's awesome. You're helping people who need help, and you're helping
helping good food.
It's an amazing opportunity for both Kyle and for people who want to find a reason to give back or an opportunity to help.
Yeah. Also, if you're on Buns, go check out his stuff because, like, I think it's Home Chef Kyle.
Home Chef Kyle, I believe, is his.
But either way, it's like, god damn, his food is so fucking good.
Yeah,
like
he usually operates in the bits, which is like the Buns currency.
Yeah,
and I think for a meal, it's 700 bits, which translates to $7.
Oh yeah, and it's so good.
Yeah, and like I said, like you're getting like fine dining quality food for $7. Like you would be paying, I would say, anywhere between like $25 to $40 for any of his dishes.
Like he's cooked me dinner like so many times, and it literally makes my week. If I know Kyle's cooking dinner for me at some point, like I'll be thinking about it for like 2 weeks.
And he's also recently started baking.
Oh my god.
And let me tell you,
guys, if he wasn't already fucking good enough.
Yeah, his cakes and fucking pies and shit.
Also follow him on Instagram, even if like you just want to make yourself hungry because it's stupid. Also think it's also Home Chef Kyle. Anyway,
sure,
do it. Go donate. You'll help everybody.
Yeah.
We love you, Kyle.
All right, I'm going to get comfortable.
Yeah, all right. Well, I found one. So this is Melvin Bragg's A Time to Dance.
Ooh.
The Ram of Sex.
Is that a subtitle?
Who fucking knows?
Okay.
We came together. Do you remember? Always tenderly, at first standing, like a chivalric introduction to what was to be a voluptuous sensual battle? ? Just stood and kissed like children. Simply, body to body, skin to skin, you slightly stirring against me, myself disregarding for those seconds the ram of sex aching below. And then we would be on the bed, I touching you, hungry, eyes closed, fingers inside you, reaching into the melting fluid, rubbered silk, a relief map of mysteries, the eager clitoris, reeking of you, our tongues imitating the fingers, your hands gripping and stroking me, but also careful not to excite too much. And so I would fuck you gently, and then more strongly, and finally thrust in hard and suddenly let everything go. Slam into me, used to say. How you just slam into me.
So the ram of sex is his penis.
No, I think she was actually sitting on a ram.
Oh. The only way they can fuck.
I don't know. It's pretty bad.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. We can't fuck tonight. The ram of sex isn't present. He's out in the pastures.
The ram of sex has been put to pasture.
Oh, no.
And the lamb of sex can't hold up my weight. Kissing like children? Ew.
I imagine that's either just like really short and quick, like pecks, or like just a stiff tongue just inserted and not knowing what to do after that.
Why would you... When you're writing a sex scene,
yeah,
the word children, unless you're saying we did it to have children,
yeah,
it just shouldn't be, or we hid from we knew we had time before the children woke up, or the children weren't home, so we done fucked.
Yeah.
Just don't describe any part of the act. Like
if you're using a simile or metaphor,
yes,
that ends with a comparison to a child,
like a child trying to get a square through a circular hole.
Don't do it.
No, that's gross. Also, that poor ram.
Hit me with
my rhythm.
Sweet Dan.
Dan says, well, you shouldn't ask a woman to commit to a relationship or nothing after a breakup.
Wait, what? Give me that one more time. I usually don't want to hear Dan twice, but...
I don't think it's going to be any better.
Okay.
When you shouldn't ask a woman to commit to a relationship or nothing after a breakup. I can only assume he means you're giving them the ultimatum. Like, yo, relationship or nothing.
Oh.
After a break. Well, at least...
I really don't think Dan understands what a breakup is.
That's the thing. Maybe he doesn't.
I fundamentally do not think he knows what that means.
Yeah, because, like, again, it's one of those things where you can be like, she's already made that choice.
Yeah, she's made that choice. It's nothing,
It's
Dan.
nothing, bud. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Can we just buy him, like, a dictionary?
Yeah.
Like a social dictionary? I don't know. Anyway, guys, you're all the best. Please, I know we shouldn't say that a third time, but reviews. We love you.
Yeah, if you could hit us up with some ratings and reviews, also send us to your friends.
Also, we got a new logo coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And maybe a website. You don't know.
You don't
know me.
You don't know?
You don't know me. You're not my real mom.
But I am Dane Miller.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I am Nal Spain.
And we are your fuck buddies.